Hey, Jeff here, your YouTube reviewer of New England brews, and welcome back. It's a nice, mild winter day in New Hampshire here at the end of January, and although this whole winter has been on the mild side anyway, normally we've had a few feet of snow on the ground, but really this year about a foot tops. And with temperatures in the mid to upper 30s today, lots of sunshine, a lot of the snow that remains is melting away, but there's still some time left for us to get a few heavier snowfalls. And with that in mind, I'm going to review a beer that comes from the northern part of New Hampshire, which is synonymous with winter, the White Mountain region of New Hampshire, lots of ski areas, Tuckerman Ravine, and all of that that makes winter come alive in New Hampshire. And I'm going to be reviewing today from Tuckerman Brewing Company the Altitude Alt Beer. I'm looking forward to this because Tuckerman puts out three benchmark beers that they make available in their bottles, and that is their regular alt beer, which is the Headwall Alt, which is an excellent beer. They also put out a pale ale, and occasionally during the course of the year they put out the 61288 Stout. And today, though, this is a beer that they're kind of going into their old recipe book and bringing out a beer that they first brewed some years ago. This is an alt beer with attitude, they're calling it. It's the original recipe of their current Headwall alt beer. And the reason that it didn't become available regularly was because it was too high in alcohol for your typical alt beer. The ABV on this comes in at 7.5% ABV. And their regular alt beer is, in the 5% range, something like that. So they shelved it. But I guess they decided to put it out and see how it goes. This is a one-time brew. Perhaps it'll come back another time, but for now I'm going to take advantage of it and give it a shot. This Altitude Alt Beer is cold conditioned, dry hopped, and krausened or carbonated in a keg using traditional German malts. And it sits there for 60 days before they actually make it available. It is actually a shtick alt beer. A shtick alt beer is kind of a long-lost recipe, for lack of a better description. I mean, there are still some breweries in Germany that brew that style. It's a darker, stronger, not regularly brewed beer. It tends to come out in the fall. But anyway, that's what I'm going to try today. So, let me find my bottle opener and see if I can take the cap off. Whoop. There she goes. I'll put this here for now. You probably won't be able to see this. It's definitely foaming up already. Let me reach down because on the floor, on the ground is where I have my my bottle, or my glass. There you go. Give it a pour into this glass. A German Lowenbrau glass. Not quite 12 fluid ounces, so. All right, foaming up really good. Yes, sirree, Bob. Ah, I love it when that happens. Just barely over the top, not drizzling down the side. So, let me just set this down for now. Sorry about my bald spot, you probably see. Anyway, the color on this is a really nice dark amber, dark copper, very heady, which is the way it should look for this style of beer. Lots of head, a darker color and tone, some regular busy carbonation floating up the glass, and a few bubbles settling in along the bottom. Tap the glass and they kind of break free and go up. So, it's a nice looking beer. Check out the aroma. Oh yeah, I love those malts. Some really nice German malts here. Just a real sweet, smooth, malty character. And sort of a milder hop bouquet in there. Just kind of touching on the nose in the background, but really the sweet malts are the aroma I'm getting the most of. Time for the taste test. It's got a little punch. Well, 7.5%. Not as heavy as some beers I've had, but enough to give it a little punch. And the body on this is medium to heavy. Maybe just above medium, not really heavy, but just a very good, full-bodied type of beer. The taste, the malts are quite evident. The German malts, there's a yeast strain I'm picking up, and but the malts are definitely the flavor. I mean, the flavor is malt, but the character also has a nice hop character. And what I mean by that is that you're not really tasting the hops as far as the actual flavor of the hops, but what I'm feeling is kind of the reaction of the hops. They're kind of tickling the back of my throat, and they're bringing out this dry character to balance the whole thing out. And a touch of alcohol, but nothing that's really puts me off in any way or anything like that. It's there and it's noticeable, but it's actually pretty good. Maybe kind of a licorice type sensation, perhaps, for lack of a better description. Yeah, still holding that head. I love it when beers hold the head. I don't like the beers where you get ahead and it goes right down. Well, it doesn't mean I don't like them. I just like looking at the beer while I'm drinking it. That's, but the head just kind of adds a little nice piece to it, in my mind. Some people don't care. I just happen to like that little fluffy feel on my lips. But sweet, sugary sweet. Not overly sweet, but just a nice kind of sugar sweetness in there. But the malts, as I said, are the character up front, and the hops balance it off with a dryness at the end, and but not a flavor per se. Just a kind of a cleans out your senses, sort of, to some degree. A good bitterness, perhaps, is another way to describe it. So it's a really nice beer. I like this beer. This is an excellent beer. I'm glad they've decided to put it out for those of us to enjoy, at least even if it's for a short period of time. So hurry up and pick yours up, because it may not be available much longer. And there we go. I'm going to pour the rest of it in my glass. Enjoy the rest of it as soon as this recording is done. But this is the Tuckerman Altitude Alt Beer. Thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you again next time.